Hi, I'm James Davis with Soft Tank Engineering. Today, we're going to discuss how to attach onto a single acting linear valve. This gives us the capability of seeing the stem movement on all valve manufacturers. It's very important in the ISA standard. It talks about stem and shaft movement, and today we're going to talk about the stem movement. So, as we attach onto the valve, we have a fixture kit. Our fixture kit is part of our test system, and we have a C-clamp that we use to get directly mounted on the stem. So I will demonstrate that. We'll hook onto the stem. Directly onto it, very nice, very stiff, okay? Next, we'll grab our 6-inch string pot. This is a 15 millimeter or about a little over a 1/2-inch stroke valve. This is a 6-inch stroke. What's nice about our test system is we have the ability to see down very small resolution due to the ability of our data acquisition card. It's a 16-bit, 1,000 samples per second per channel we're using to gather the data. So this gives us very, very small movement capability. We can see down to a 1/2 thousandth of an inch. Plus, we're gathering 1,000 samples per second, which is very important for seeing every detail about what's good about the valve, also what is not right about the valve or bad. So we will now attach our string pot through our fixture. We'll attach it directly onto the actuator itself, and snugs right up onto the actuator there itself. We will then attach directly onto the stem, which gives us our stem movement, and we have the ability to make adjustments as we need to and tighten this up. So we want to make sure that our wire, their string, is vertically correct this way and also this way. So as we look at it, we make sure that it's attached, and then we will always hook onto the hook. Very important to use the hook. This gives us all of our strength and no movement, okay? So our string pot is now attached very easily and very quickly. I'm going to spin the valve so that we can hook directly onto the positioner. This positioner is a single acting and is also a digital. In this case, is a digital. We do not have access or the ability to read the I/P that's inside the digital positioner, but we can read the actuator pressure and the supply pressure. Combination of those pressures with our position sensor, we can see a plug compression, and we can see plug and seat alignment. This is very critical to know if your plug and seat are working correctly, there's no wear, or if they're misaligned, if they're sticking, galling, have other issues inside the valve. This will determine whether we need to open up the body and replace the trim inside. Next, we are going to attach our pressure sensors. And in this case, we have quick connects. Our quick connects allow us to attach directly right onto our pressure sensors, or pressure. So we'll hook into the supply pressure, which is our gray. This is a 150 PSI, 0.1% accurate, temperature compensated. So if you're hot or cold in the environment, it compensates for the temperature of the environment. Next, we'll attach our quick connects to the actuator pressure. In this case, there's no tubing here, it's just directly connected right into the actuator pressure. So we will hook this in and we will snap that in. Many manufacturers and many end users are getting away from gauges due to leaks and the cost of gauges. They're not that accurate anyway, so we have the ability to hook on directly with quick connects. And this gives us the capability to get on and off valves very fast. Okay? We are not going to be using our pressure sensor for double acting, where this is a single acting, and for our I/P, there is no access to the I/P in any digital positioner, so we will set them off to the side. Next, we are going to attach our interface box to our computer. Our interface box has our 4 to 20 signal, our position, our actuator pressure. If we had an I/P, it would be our I/P pressure, and also double acting would be our double acting pressure. But in this case, we're going to be using actuator pressure and supply pressure. So these four are going to be connected to our valve, okay? We have a USB cable, has two different cables in it. This powers our data acquisition card and also the signal conditioning card. This is where these will attach and plug into. We'll attach to our computer first. It doesn't matter which port goes in which USB port. They're all configured the same. So as we do this, we will plug in our USB port. You'll hear it connect if you have the sound on your computer, and you'll see a blinking light as it communicates to our data acquisition card. The next card will plug in, and that will basically be our signal conditioning card. Now, the light does not turn on at this point until we start our software. So our hardware is now connected, and we will basically attach directly onto this, okay? So in this case, we have that ability to do that, okay? Now, I'm gonna hook this on a little bit on this side, and we'll be able to see this as we do that, okay? Now, our cables are color-coded to match all of our sensors. So, in this case, we are going to plug in our signal, our 4 to 20, clips right into our box. We are going to attach to our position, which is our string pot. We will then attach our red, which is our actuator pressure. We will then attach our gray, which is our supply pressure, right here through the regulator. The other two cables will not be used, but we will plug them in anyway, just so they don't get in the way, and we'll have that attached to the box. So when we are ready to do testing, we want our box to look just like this with all the cables attached, okay? Next, we will attach to our pressure sensors. So we will take our red cable and our gray cable, and we will hook them in accordingly. So this gives us our color code. Our red connector, our red sensor with our red cable. Gray will now be our supply. We will hook into our supply pressure. Therefore, we can read our regulator. Regulators are very, very important in keeping the valve isolated and basically away from the process, which is the air of the plant air. If that plant air is oscillating or moving, in certain cases that can cause us problems in a valve. Next, we will attach to our string pot. So on the back side, we'll directly go into the string pot and attach onto it. Snaps on. And finally, we will go to our signal, which is red is positive and black is negative, and that will now power our positioner. That gives us all the power for that. Our green and yellow, again, will not be used in this case on this type of valve because it's a single acting, and the green is double acting, and yellow is for the I to P, which is built into the digital positioner. So at this point, we are attached, and we will continue moving on. We will next go to our icon, our profiler icon. We will double click on that. And once the software starts, we will then have power to our box, which will power our pressure sensors and also our positioner. So as soon as the software starts, as you can see, we come back here and you'll see a green light. Green light on the bottom is blinking, communicating, and the green light on top is the power. Now we have power to all of our sensors, and then we can log into our software. We're not going to demonstrate the software at this point. This is to show how to hook onto a single acting linear valve in this case with a digital positioner. So if you have any questions, please go to our website or contact me, James Davis. We can set up training. We can also set up Teams demonstrations, or we can come to your facility and do a live demonstration on any valve that you have. Thank you.